Hello everyone, this is your coach Andrea Dickerson, and I want to welcome you to your Child Care Acceleration training. This training is all about creating your Focus of the Week boards in your child care program. The Focus of the Week board is your central location for a few opportunities. Number one is so that parents can know what the children are working on, and for your teachers to know what the focus is. And it is also for you to know when you walk in your child care business that all of your classes are on one accord. All right, so let me just zoom in a little bit and show you guys the Focus of the Week board. The words Focus of the Week is there. And if you notice that all of the letters are the same color, and you want to try to have that consistent with your bulletin boards. And then we have our Learning Made Easy numbers on the wall. We have our color, shape, and letter. We have the large letter, uppercase, lowercase, and the number. We have the color chart. We have our words of focus that we're focusing on. And then here in my child care program, I believe in handwriting. And so I've created a handwriting space on our board so that children can walk up and write the number, letter, and draw the shape of the week. All right, everybody, so this is lesson 2 for your Child Care Acceleration Bulletin Board class. So here is the learning board. And on the learning board, you see your alphabets, your shapes, your calendar, and your colors. On your learning board, you want to make sure that your calendar is your center focus, okay? And then you want to make sure that your shapes are on your learning board as well as your colors. Every single morning, you want to ensure that the children are learning based on rote. Rote is where they go through alphabets from A to Z. They can do it in a song, finger play, and then they do it by recognition. And then every day you go through and make sure they know their shapes, their colors, and the days of the week, and also the months. And all this is done by rote, which means by the same A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You see me moving the camera? So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that is rote. And then you want to make sure that they can master it. So then that's when you go and you do your learning board alphabets out of sequence. So you might say, what letter is this? A. Then they'll go to W, and then they'll go to G, and then they'll go to Q. So then this is how you know they are mastering their alphabet. Same as with their shapes and their colors. All right. So this is what should be the focus on your learning board. All right. Welcome back to your third lesson in your Child Care Acceleration Program Bulletin Board lesson. So then I want to talk to you guys about how to make your bulletin boards really fit in your classrooms and in our system for doing things. And so I tell all of my teachers to make sure you have paper beneath your information. Sometimes different programs desire different things, and when I walk into the program, sometimes the actual paper like this, the actual bulletin board paper, is missing. But what really would make your classrooms pop and add more color, will add more depth to feel, is when you add your bulletin board paper behind your bulletin boards. Do you all know that by having the right bulletin boards up, it really makes up for when you don't have a lot of materials in your classroom, or when you can't invest as much as you would like into your classrooms? Your bulletin boards will make up the difference. And then we also have our border lines. So you have to talk to your team about what colors will work together. But as you can tell, on every bulletin board that we have it trimmed with border line. Okay? And so right here you can tell where we've taped it up to keep it fresh, but nevertheless, it's not off. It's no missing pieces. This classroom is being used every single day. It was used today. I just happened to come in and do the lesson today. So everything isn't like perfect, because you need to see that it's being used. But you want to make sure that you have bulletin board paper. Then you want to make sure you have your bulletin board trim lines. Then you want to make sure that when you use your boards that you cut out the same color letters, okay? Make sure that they are the same color letters. It makes all the world of a difference for a program to have the same color letters, unless you all are doing something like this. Let me show you our music area. The letters are different, but they're rotating. They're in patterns, okay? So this is when it's acceptable, when you have patterns. All right? And then this is different, but it's still in a pattern format. All right? You see your orange, your brown, your orange, your brown. But if you can tell, all of our words are pretty much the same colors working together. Every bulletin board that we have up has the paper and the trimming. Paper in the borderline trimming. Paper in the borderline trimming. Paper in the borderline trimming. Paper and borderline trimming. Paper and borderline trimming. So having these bulletin boards up, let me step back and show you guys. When you have your bulletin boards up, it really adds feel to depth to your classroom, and it really makes up your classroom. It makes you feel like you're actually walking into a real class, okay? You guys see that? All right. Hello everyone, this is your coach, Andrea Dickerson. The purpose of this video is to show you how to preserve your learning boards, especially in a learning environment with infants and toddlers. A lot of people tell me all the time that, oh, we can't do a learning board because the infants and toddlers just walk up and tear things down. So I want to show you a little bit of my top secrets that I've used in my childcare business for years that has caused my bulletin boards to maintain its integrity over a time period. I'm going to zoom in here. You're going to see this clear material. This clear material is contact paper, and we just rolled it out piece by piece, and we use contact paper to maintain the integrity. As you can tell, nothing's coming off, to maintain the integrity of the bulletin board. If you choose not to use contact paper, just look for a clear shower curtain that you can put over and maintain the integrity of your bulletin boards. And I want to back up and show you guys how the bulletin board is exactly at eye level for our infants and toddlers. So when I back up, you can see that our learning board is at the eye level for infants and toddlers. Another secret that we use for our infant and toddler classrooms are repositional alphabets. You guys can find these with Discount School Supply, but they're repositional, so they're just like stickers on the wall. And it helps because if it peels off, we can put it right back. So this was just a short, quick tutorial of what you could do in your classrooms to help maintain the integrity of your learning board. All right, everyone, welcome back to another Child Care Acceleration training. I want to show you guys another type of bulletin board setup that we have here in our child care program, and I think it'll be very useful for you. All right, so I want to walk over to the board, and I want to show you guys that this is not actually bulletin board paper. This is a second type. This is actually whiteboard, and we purchased this whiteboard from our local Home Depot or Lowe's, and it's a dry erase board where the children can walk over and write on this type of board. And so my staff just chose to do a weekly review board in their classroom so they can review the alphabets, numbers, shapes, and colors from this 9-week session. And of course, we all teach in our acceleration program how to work on a quarterly system in your child care business. And so, but you can tell we still have the border tape or border trim around the board. We went, I think the board was like $20 to $40. I can't remember the price exactly, but I did this as a way to help my teachers with their toddler twos to have a place where they can actually come up and write on the board. So this is one of our boards in the classroom, and it's done with white dry erase board. And one of the reasons why I did it as well is to keep out so many holes from going into my walls. And so this is another whiteboard, but they put the paper on top of the whiteboard and they trimmed it. So I can walk over to the board and knock on it for you. Let's see, or you can see sort of right there where it's the same. All right, everybody, this is your coach, Andrea, and I want to show you a different type of bulletin board so that you guys can still add in different unique styles into your childcare program. And so we have some very unique teachers here at Akiba Academy, and I still want to show you guys how the same concept applies to this apple-shaped or pumpkin-shaped learning board. So what they did was they got very creative. They put the bulletin board paper up and they trimmed it so you can see the shape. And this learning board still have the same concept. And this is my Toddler 1 class. And so they go over alphabets, vocabulary words. My program for this, or my objective for this class, is for them to count all the way to 10. All right? And then they have their calendars, the letter of the week, the number of the week, and the colors. So again, this is the same focus that we have for our T1 class, is that they have alphabets, numbers, and then they have their shapes and colors. So as you can tell, it's a little bit different, but the concept for what we want on our learning board is still there. Then we took and made our learning board extend out to something more interactive, where we take and put tape on the back of our numbers, and we let the kids come and tape up the number. So we might say, all right, who has number 6? So then number 6 will come up and tape it up onto the board.